As kids, a lot of us probably remember getting those big yearly Guinness Books of World Records as presents. And if you were one of those few people who love to gush about the amazing things in those books, then this video's for you. Because that's right, today we're compiling our list of the most insane Guinness World Records of all time, starting with one of the ways many people will try to set Guinness records is by doing it in special conditions with safety nets and all that. Not the Swiss thrill seeker Lasso Schaller, though. He decided to pick a waterfall in the wilderness to set the record for the free fall jump from a height greater than that of the Tower of Pisa. And even scarier, during that jump, he reached speeds of nearly 120 kilometers an hour. Now that takes some guts. Now, some records are dangerous because they're fast, but the next one on our list is dangerous despite being extraordinarily slow. Claimed by driver Terry Grant at the British Goodwood Speed Festival, this is the world's first instance of an entire mile driven on a car on just two wheels. And you can see the entire thing looks like something out of a fever dream. And honestly, the most impressive part of all this is the fact that he did it while sitting in a Nissan Juke, a car which, in my opinion, deserves its own record for worst design ever.
Naughty, and it's or the other one record, hasn't he? He's got the two-wheel record. Yes.
Not all record setters are sports enthusiasts or even experts, really, because the next record on our list was set by a YouTuber of all people, a guy named Tyler Toney. And no, the record wasn't for the longest apology video or the largest number of ad breaks, but instead in the form of a basketball thrown into a basket from the greatest height, in this case, a freaking skyscraper. That's right, this man was able to dunk a basketball from a height of over 531 feet.
World's highest basketball shot.
Infinity and infinity, and you already know.
Are you kidding me?
Now we've done some talent-based records. How about one which doesn't require sheet talent as much as it requires patience? Because this is the Guinness World Records for the largest domino fall in the history of the world, and believe me, it is massive. Consisting of 500,000 individual pieces, this domino structure consists of giant circles the size of courtyards, huge love posters, and ends in a picture of the Sydney Opera House the size of a tennis court. I don't even want to think about how it would have felt to ruin that. Something else that might have felt bad to ruin would have been the next record on our list, undoubtedly one of the most hair-raising ones I can think of, the free fall ski jump. And no, we're not talking about getting minor air during a long jump, but instead falling straight down from a 250-foot-tall cliff face headfirst into the snow, all without any parachutes or other safety equipment. And while that might sound like the most dangerous thing on earth, American free skier Jamie Pierre decided to try it out anyway. And try it out he did, and he fell at such a height that he actually reached the maximum falling speed possible for a human. And even more terrifyingly, that fall ended up with him plummeting headfirst into a bunch of snow, but miraculously suffered no injuries. Now, the records we've shown are pretty straightforward, but that can't be said about the next one on our list. But despite how convoluted it may sound, athlete Patty Doyle's record of most single-armed push-ups within 5 hours is nothing to scoff at. And managing a mind-boggling 5,260 of those push-ups continuously is something that truly deserves to be on the list. And as impressive as that sounds, this next record is not just one single record, but probably the most terrifyingly awesome thing any human being has done. And that is jumping back down to Earth from the edge of space. Felix Baumgartner, a well-known daredevil from Austria, set this record of sorts when he jumped from a helium balloon that was suspended 127,000 feet above the surface of the planet. And by plummeting down at a blood-curdling 843 miles per hour, he also set the record for being the first person to break the sound barrier without any vehicle, and by extension, made him the fastest non-powered human being in history. Now that's a proper CV. Now that we've covered the real-world equivalent of Flash, let's take a look at someone who was able to do something only Superman has been known to do: pull an entire passenger airplane using his sheer strength alone. And if I told you that he's not a wrestler or a bodybuilder, but instead a small-town priest from Canada, you'd probably expect me to follow that up with an April Fool's. But wouldn't you know it, part-time strongman and part-time priest Kevin Fast did exactly that, pulling a full airliner a distance of 8.8 meters. And as a bonus, he donated everything he earned to charity. And since we've covered Flash and Superman already, let's take a look at Aquaman, or Aquaman as well. Because this record wasn't a standalone thing, but actually a head-to-head competition for breath holding between the previous record holder, Ricardo Bahia from Brazil, and the new world champion, German freediver Tom Sietis, who ended up holding his breath for a whopping 22 minutes and 22 seconds. Now that's a very long time for breath holding standards. The next pick is the exact opposite, a very short time, or more specifically, a very high speed. Because we're talking about the French cyclist Eric the Red Baron Baron, who managed to ride his custom high-performance cycle at a whopping 223 kilometers or 138 miles per hour down a freaking ski slope. And if those numbers are not shocking enough, this guy did it while being 54 years old. Another legendary feat by an old man is by the Dutch legend Wim Hof, when he, at 50 years of age, set the record for the thing that would become part of his identity. Because by staying submerged in ice for 1 hour, 42 minutes, and 22 seconds, Hof not only set the world record for ice submersion, but also earned the title of the Iceman, which is cool as hell if you ask me. And yes, that pun was 100% intended. Coincidentally, ice is also a part of this next bizarre record in the form of breaking ice blocks. How, you ask? Well, the record is actually for breaking the most consecutive blocks of ice in one charge. That's right, breaking blocks of ice by running and slamming your head into them. And although he didn't win it, J.D. Anderson's 2017 attempt, which resulted in 12 broken blocks, is still something to behold.
Mamma mia.
The next challenge is also a twist on the previous one, in the form that the ice is replaced by glass. And while that immediately sounds better, it introduces two problems. First, the fact that you can very realistically lose a limb due to the shattered glass, and secondly, the fact that it often takes more than one try. And the fact that Michael Hearn managed to break through 19 panes on command makes it all the more impressive. And moving on to the end of our list, we have perhaps the most incredible record ever made. And it's so incredible that there's basically no precedent to it besides the one and only attempt by its creator and sole holder, Austrian strongman Franz Mullner. The task? Getting pulled on a bike attached to each limb, trying to shred you apart with 500 kilonewtons of force on each arm and leg. And if that sounds like medieval torture, you're not alone, because a version with horses was performed by the Mongols to shred prisoners to shreds. And yet somehow, Mullner managed to hold 4 heavy bikes for a total of 24 seconds without even needing help. And that concludes this list of some of the most incredible feats performed by humans all over the world. And on that note, we must end today's video. I hope you enjoyed watching it, and if you did, be sure to leave a like and subscribe for more. With that, take care, and I'll see you guys next time.